Ha! Hey, welcome back everybody. Friday night Winston Cup Racing. I'm your host, Shawn here at FSB Racing Live with my partner in crime as always, the monster, Milt Minter Jr. How you doing, Milty?
What's up, Shawn? Another Friday. Man, I'm glad it's Friday.
Yeah, it doesn't mean the same to me as it does to you. That means I just have the kids, all weekend, causing problems, fighting each other. But yeah, it means we're here at, we got Winston Cup Racing here again, Talladega Super Speedway. We're on the Talladega BR version here with that high groove being so dominant if everybody will get up there and work together. And on the pole tonight, we got the interleague race winner from background last off-season in December, Bob Dixon in the 43 car. I believe he's out on the track right now. See if we can find Bob. There's the 43 machine. There's your pole setter for tonight with a 51.857 with Mark DeRocket Descenza on the outside. Isaac Johnson starts P3. Rick Bisconner, another great super speedway racer to watch out for, with a 109 in 4th place. Will Farmer 5th. Brad Otto, Ed Fowler, Bill Farmer, Steve Weber, and Ed Finley will round out your top 10. As you can see, pretty much throw a blanket over the field because it's fixed setup super speedway racing. It's a real tight qualifying grid there. Only surprises I see, Slim Jim Gately in the 23 starts 23rd as he decided to take a provisional.
Yeah, it looks like a couple guys that you would expect. Not pretty much all of them guys in the back. You expect them to be up front, but they're deciding to ride in the back.
And you see your series admin, and the 68 car of Chet Barkin, your other petty car out there. They'll be starting shotgun on the field as Ryan Johnson lucked out and got 2 empty pit boxes in front of him with the ones that were allocated to you and me. So good move there.
Wow, man, you know, I'm multitasking today. I've got the big screen on the live broadcast, and I had this Sebring WEC 12-hour race on, and also watching the live feed, you know, so, man, is that a clear picture on that big screen.
Careful not to make your head explode or anything there. Oh, you see,
wow.
94 catches a little bit of wall there. I don't know what the 109 did, but it looks like he's expired that motor. Man, everybody's in the grass.
Well, it's a little slap and tickle right now, and a little horse play, and they'll get down to business here in a little bit.
Absolutely, and again, it's super speedway racing. These are the truck physics, so they don't technically have a restrictor plate. The truck physics in NASCAR 2003 are unrestricted, but it's because the trucks punched such a big hole in the air back then that they didn't need a plate.
I see a car I haven't seen there, the 15 of Adam Burton.
Is he on track right now?
He's a new guy, huh?
He's got one of Matt Watkins' cars out there too. That's Matt Watkins' old Donkey Kong car. Yep, with the Toyota. Only Matt Watkins would drive a Toyota in 1988. But yeah, he's been running some Tuesday night Super Speedway Series races with us. So he's no stranger to this type of racing. And that car should be easy to spot, because there are not a lot of brown cars in the world of NASCAR. Especially in 1988. There's a Crown Royal machine of the 124 of Rick Castle. He'll be starting 20th tonight. John the Dog Palmer. Got the 108 Thor Dog car back out there. Of course, yeah, Michael Olson with that classic DW Western Auto scheme. In fact, I've got that one up on my shelf.
Michael, a veteran of many different series, road racing and stock cars.
See our league promoter and boss, Sam Young, out there.
Wham!
Oh, they are wrecking. That must mean we're winding down and getting ready to start this thing.
Kind of a little sim racing tradition. Lighten the mood before the real stress begins. Well, you know, Dave Simons, I noticed, down there and did qualify. You know, after a wonderful run there, just came short for him and qualifying on the pole last week, I believe.
That was
trying a different
Billy
approach.
Yarbrough last week on the pole.
It was Yarbrough. I'm sure Bill will be texting me tomorrow, watching the 12 Hours of Sebring. Sure. Big road racing fan. And every time one of those big races come up, he always texts me and we BS back and forth. The Gately's are in the house here. Good evening,
Oh, there we
Doris.
go. We got Mama Gately, Doris Gately, checking in from YouTube. Barrett McKay, of course, Ken Sauska. Good to see you guys out there again. We need to get you out here again, though, Ken. Come on, man.
This is stress time here.
Drivers, start your engines!
You're about to be nose to tail at almost 200 miles an hour.
Yeah, so we better make our picks before they, wreck in turn 1. Putting the jinx on
I'm
early.
going to go with the pole sitter, Bob Dixon. And that 43 STP, the Racer's Edge.
Hard to bet against Bob Dixon on a super speedway. I'm gonna go with Isaac Johnson to back up his Tuesday night run with another Talladega victory in the 72 Mountain Dew machine, throwing it back to DW. We got 2 DW throwbacks in the field tonight, as well as 2 Petty throwbacks. And Bob Dixon in the STP machine looking to bring him to the green. Unique thing about Talladega, we all know by now, but Bill France Sr. had the idea that the start-finish line should be after the tri-oval to try and sell more of those seats down there, so people get the view of the start-finish line.
Here we go. They're off and running. Mark DeCid's had a slow start there.
It looks like he may not have been in gear to get going there. He recovered and falls in line with his de facto teammate, the 72 of Isaac Johnson.
Just want to sit or ride right now.
Yeah, it's all about
It's
getting
all about
to the
that pit stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep that car in one piece. Any aerodynamic damage is going to kill your ability to lead here. You might still be able to follow with some right side damage, but it's tough to lead.
Well, and this is a race that is, and we got a car into the wall and into the wall again. That is the Western Auto car, I think.
94, Michael Olson.
Yeah, that was Michael Olson.
I saw he was a bit wiggly there on the backstretch.
Well, you practice, and then and he's in the wall again.
He must be having some kind of technical difficulty.
He's just scraping up that right side. Car just seems really twitchy and hard to control.
Well, the setup we ran on Tuesday night was kind of scary for the chicken run.
He's looking scary here. Wow.
So I don't know
the
if
cars behind him are shucking and jiving.
I don't know if Ryan switched, but I sent him a different one to use.
John Doucette, that Stroh's light did a double lane change. No harm, no foul. They're going to start to lose this draft here. They get back in line here. Michael once again on the apron. Apron bad.
And meanwhile, up front, the outsiders have moved to the outside and pushed young Will Farmer to the lead. Is then moving down to give their friend Brad Otto the lead of the... Oh, we're wrecking on the backstretch.
And they got cars
Will
around.
Farmer in the 06 car
Flying
around.
in the air. Will Farmer still... Oh, man, he might be blowing chunks there.
And we're still green.
You got to get an in-car of that? No, oh my gosh. Still green. Talladega BR is known for... You got to kill yourself here to get a caution.
Well, it's because he spun to the inside. Any track in this game, really, especially the big 2.5 milers, if you spin to the inside, it often doesn't throw the caution.
Exactly, yeah.
We have that problem at Indy. Looks
wiser
like he...
than the king of beers.
Oh, he did hit the inside wall a little bit there.
Well, I just keep getting whoa.
I'd say
blown away with this big screen. Looking at this, that is just, man, you got this thing rocking.
Yeah, looks like he didn't take heavy damage, but I believe he came down across a 72 there.
Bill was lucky he didn't go over there. You can see him get air there a little bit.
Oh, we got the... Oh, Jeff Havoc. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Isaac Johnson got into him.
So here on the front stretch, Dave Simons and the 101 of Jeff Havoc had a little issue. Replaying now. It looks like, yeah, Tower just got bumper grabbed when he came down behind the 109 off the corner. Sends him and the 02 to the inside, but again, because they didn't slide up onto the racing surface, we stay green.
Yeah, almost upside down, exactly, Barrett. Yeah, Isaac's not going to want that show.
That was hard to, again, we can't make the official call up here.
Mm-hmm. Hard to see how that went, but oh man, Tower got hammered on the edge of the wall there. And so did Don Doucette. That's like a Jeff Gordon hit there. Jeff Gordon always seemed to find the wrong places of the track, the one spot on the track.
Yeah.
As long as they don't wreck here, they'll be fine.
Yeah, when Gordon, that's not, no, Doucette looks okay. He's out there still fine in the 6 car. I think you're thinking of Dave Simons in the 02. But, yeah, when Jeff Gordon announced his retirement, I remember Jimmy Johnson said, well, who's going to find all of the unprotected walls now?
Exactly.
And you see, yeah, that Doucette in the 6 car, Pops Margison in the 99 car, Ken Hill, I don't think have we had him on a Friday night yet? No, he's been around the trucks in the Super Speedway Series, but he's out there in that 96 machine.
Ken Hill, man, yeah, buddy from way back.
Yeah, he's a returning FSB driver.
Ooh,
there's smoke on the front stretch as Brad Otto's around.
1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps.
Yeah, not what he was looking for. We are finally yellow here.
He was spinning in the pit lane there, Marine. He's not going to like that, but... I got so many things to look at here, you know. Now I get to see the replay twice, and on a big screen, even my old butt can see that clear as day. What an amazing thing, sim racing. We used to just dream about being able to broadcast our races.
Here we go. You got the 31 on the outside line, and man, that looked like another bumper grab situation.
I think these guys are not going around on their own. And that is Isaac Johnson.
No, actually, on our end, he didn't hit him.
No,
I think maybe the 80, his own teammate, or former teammate, Ed Finley. Got
Ed Finley and, get on bandit runs. Man, I can't remember the Smokey and the Bandit theme right there. I was going to sing that, you know, but great hit all of a sudden. Eastbound and down, loaded and we're trucking.
Yeah, from that view right there, the chase view on the 31, it's pretty clear. The 80 came up there.
Okay, yeah, from that view, excellent job there by the guys in the booth there, the replay center. Ugh. The first thing when I get home is I'm going to punch your old mama in the mouth.
The days when domestic violence was funny.
Well, actually, it isn't, but
It isn't. It never was, but back then,
well, because
they
you
make
knew
jokes like
that
that.
was Jackie Gleason, man. I mean,
oh yeah. Meanwhile, we got our resident big cactus there, Steve Weber in the 83 car, in the lead.
we got
Under this caution.
Jonathan Jones in the booth here in the 77.
Oh, Jonathan Jones checking in from Facebook. Oh, and I see he's in TeamSpeak. Microphone's off, though.
And he gone. And he back.
This is why I turned my TeamSpeak sounds off.
Love that pace car. That's Ed Finley product also there, I'm sure.
Absolutely. You know, he said he was going to do a St.
Painter
Patrick's Day
extraordinaire.
car for us, but that never materialized. But that's okay. I know how those projects go. We all have a million of them that we're going to get to someday.
All these guys are coming in and topping off on fuel.
Yeah, the guys who stayed out to try and pick
four
up a lap
tires,
lead.
you know?
Yeah, they're coming in now. Yeah, Dog's still out there. Lights are still on the pace car, so...
If you pit under green, you get 2 tires or none. But if you pit under yellow, unless you want to get a position or 2, but if other guys go 4, but I'd get 4 tires.
No, with the tire wear we get on this, you know, super speedway style racing in this sim, it's still 2 tires. If you're taking a can of fuel, it's 2 tires.
Even under caution?
Under caution, if you're taking 2 cans of fuel, I say go ahead and take the 4.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah, but this wasn't run long enough. This was 11 laps. Oh, we might have been taking a can and a half.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, so still would be 2. Because
Well,
your
you
window's
know,
going to be about 18 to 20 laps here.
In Pro Cup, you know, me and Jim Ray got beat a lot by Rick Johnson, and then he became our teammate. We found out something that we didn't know, and why they always would beat us on the first pit stop, and that was because with the getting full 2 cans with tires, actually to make your fuel window on those Pro Cup races, you only needed like 16 laps, you know. So you could take a little bit as soon as the tires went down, boom. And we just always would think about packing the fuel, but the fuel was actually, it didn't get you any farther, you know.
Yeah, because the only increments you can do are 1 can, or 2 cans, 1 can, and a half can, or a splash. You can't tell it to put a quarter can in there, and if you need a quarter can, you pit when that much fuel is out of the car, so that they try and fill it up, and there you go.
Plus, they would pit as a team and pit early, so they all came in together and they all came out together. And after everything recycled, it was bad news for the Bears.
Yeah, we got Isaac checking in from the YouTube chat while driving, saying the setup's pushing on the exit. Huh, well, I tried to make up for the one that was darty on Tuesday when I sent something over to Ryan. I guess the changes I made to it to stabilize it for everybody else are making it push.
Well, and it's just, you know, it's all, oh, and Carol's in the house. Carol Hansen for the 9. What do you think? But yeah, I mean, and it's so much different when you test it by yourself or with a few cars as when you're tested with the. That's the only way you really know how it's. The setups are constantly. I mean, you hit and miss, and I used to make setups for GTP cars, and I'd set them up for me and my wheel, and it was. Then I had to start, helping guys out. They're like, man, I can't even drive this thing, because they had a different wheel and different range of motion, all that tech, all that comes into effect. Steering ratio.
Yeah, I had an old setup that was bad fast in my old open setup days, and I just I changed some things like the toe and the rear camber to stabilize it for people who aren't used to something that was quite that aggressive. Because as it was, you had to kind of lay the wheel over going down the straightaways to keep it from going left all the time.
Isaac tasking there, driving and chiming in. That's
we can still call it multitasking. It's okay.
Lights are out, and here we go. 12 of 76. Changes fuel window strategy.
Ed Fowler up front in that Bojangles machine.
Now your single file. Well, cautions breed cautions. Let's see. We got some damaged cars up there. Ed Finley decides to stay out along with the two. And Mr. Bojangles. And it's Ed Fowler on point. Not a bad move. Why not? Tires are still good. Get another caution, then you improve your track position. Like we see the real guys do. Ken Hansen definitely looking to rebound from last week. Still wants a chance at that 3 car, but 3 cars right there once again. Just knows how to be in the right place in the right time. Hopefully we won't jinx him, but 196 miles an hour. Mr. Bojangles there getting pushed by the choo-choo train. The car is darting and weaving. Let's get an in-car look of some of these guys a few cars back and show the folks what these guys can see, which is not very much. Oh, they're piling up. Oh boy! And once again, who was that? That was Adam Burton hit the wall there. Wasn't a super hard lick. Didn't be a factor, but that was definitely right in front of Slim Jim Gately. Help yourself into a Slim Jim. Okay, we're in car with somebody here.
Yeah, we're riding with Bob Dixon in the 43 car.
This is what you see, folks. Ain't much.
Yeah, Francis Dittman looking to make a move on the high side there.
When you got a little bit of spacing, like a couple cars here, you can pretty much keep it flat out. But you see how the car pulls up in the turn 3 there. Kind of evens out coming out of 4. Down the tri-oval here. You can see the camber change right there. You don't want to get below that yellow line, which nobody It's crazy enough to do that unless it's the last lap. Nobody really bottom hugging right now. Nobody can get a run. These cars have like 750 horsepower, 700. You know, a lot less than the Cup cars.
Yeah, I think the trucks at the time were making more like 400.
Oh, no kidding.
I think the trucks were about 400, and the Busch cars at the time were in the 600 range, and then the Cups were about 800, 750 to 800.
Leplin in the house there. That'd be short for Led Zeppelin, my favorite band. Adam Burton. A little scrapage for Adam, but should be no harm or no foul. Shows you that intensity. You got, and these guys are pretty well spaced. Oh, we got Adam coming down low there. You can see Adam in his mirror there. You know, he's making that move. We saw him try that a couple laps ago. He's not getting any help, though. Right now, everybody's kind of single file. He needs a draft buddy down low there. It's one of the things I was wondering about when that bottom feeding going to happen.
Now, this is the BR version, so it's a little faster up high. You see Slim Jim Gately and the 72 of Isaac Johnson are hooked up high now.
Mr. Bojangles might have to start thinking about defending, but really he is defending, you know, because they're not running that bottom line there. They just don't have the numbers either.
It's pretty accurate for 1988 too. They didn't run the bottom back then, because the 88 cars. This was the year that led to the restrictor plates. Oh, Sam Young is bouncing off the wall.
Bam, bam. Tail slap. That's kind of the way it happens, too. You're going so fast, you're making little... You see it, the zigging and zagging as they come out of the corner because they're trying to grab their butts with two hands. Just little increments in the steering wheel. But when you hit the wall, then you go bam, and then you go back. And you overcorrect a little, and you hit the wall again. We got Jeff Havoc in the booth. What's up, Tower?
Hey, guys. Boy,
Hey.
That's a crazy bunch out there.
We saw you go for a ride through the grass there.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, there was nothing I could do about it. Rick got loose off the corner and got up into me, put me in the wall. It wasn't his fault. It's...
Oh! Sorry, 3 wide, and they go back to 2.
So did Ryan end up running with what we had on Tuesday, or did he go with what I sent over?
No, he went with what you said over. And
It didn't run like this when I tested it.
I think we replaced one evil with another.
Well, shoot.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy.
Well, I tried to make this one easier to drive. You should see the way this was, when it came, off the hauler. This setup in its stock form, or at least the way I used to run it back in my open setup days. I was telling Milty before, you had to lean the wheel almost completely over on its right side to go down the straightaways, and he just kind of stopped making it go straight in the turns. He didn't turn it at all. So I dialed a little bit of that back out of it, and I hope that would make it more user-friendly. But I guess what it ended up doing was it made it push in a big pack.
Barrett McKay says, "What's up, Jeff?"
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if they're running on the inside tonight, they're desperate for position.
Well, that's how it was on Tuesday night, too. Oh.
Well, I
we
think
want to see
tonight's
some
a
numbers
little
down there.
worse, but it's a great show from what I'm seeing.
So when you're down on
Excellent.
the bottom, does the car want to push up? because we're starting to see the bottom guys. Plus, they're starting to gang up on these outside guys. Does it push a little bit coming out of the corner? What's the car
it
doing,
pushes
Jeff?
real hard coming out of that corner, and I think that's what happened with me is Rick started pushing up out of the corner, got me, put me into the wall. So
yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing with. And we got that expose from Isaac Johnson under caution.
Yeah, he was telling us that it pushed bad off the corner.
Well, this is what you got to do. You got to adjust a little bit. You got to make sure you just lay off the gas a little bit. Maybe on your pit stop, you might consider changing your linearity, or you can make it a little. There are changes these guys can do.
Yeah, you can change ratio and wheel settings. That's about it.
And ratio is
Rick
a huge
Piscano
tool.
making a big move there.
When I would push in a car on a super speedway, I would go for a smaller ratio. I would rather have, because you're turning, then you overcorrect. So what you want is the car to, if anything, turn a little bit better on entry. Then you can ease your steering wheel straight coming out of the exit.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey,
Jonathan,
Mr. Jones
what's
checking
up?
in.
I am checking in. Boy, what an interesting race.
Oh,
I've been
Sam's
watching.
blowing up on the backstretch.
Sorry, John.
Holy
That's
cow.
Sam Young, the boss, is blown up. That thing is blowing chunks down the back straight, and we're still green.
I believe we are. No, we're
green
not.
flags are hard to come by here.
We are under caution.
And now we're under caution. And it's zigging and zagging. The 9 trying to take a look at the 80 there.
And I don't know if it's worth it, guys. This is how people end up on their lids, but they make it back to the start-finish line without incident.
And now you got to slow down here. It's still Speedway racing's a trip, man. Jonathan, how's things hanging there, man?
Man, things are great. I wish I was out there tonight, but I was watching the race on YouTube, and Jeff, what a wicked freaking crash.
Yeah,
it was a crazy one.
that looked like it hurt.
I tell you the guy to look for on the field tonight, and he's going to be a sleeper on you, and that's that number 15 car.
Yeah, he's been making some good moves. He's the only one who seems to be making any headway down on the bottom.
Yeah,
Adam Burton is the real deal.
He's new to here, but he's not new to sim racing, obviously. You can tell that.
No, Adam Burton is the real deal, and I'm the first one to give him a shout out.
There you go.
Right on.
That is no kidding. That you're exactly right, Jeff. I was thinking the same thing.
And he's looks like he stole one of Matt Watkins' cars too, so that makes him double dangerous. There's probably some magic in that 15.
Yeah, unless it's Matt Watkins, like using an alias or something. Well, Matt Watkins built my computer that I'm on right now, so he's a pretty legit guy. He's won a few championships.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
He might see this and say, dude's driving my car? I'm going to have to come back. Down pit road again here. What do? Think you work your fuel situation. What do you think they're looking to put in here? Like a can or?
It's probably a can and a half or two.
You go a can and a half. You can.
Ed Fowler got turned around on pit exit.
Ooh.
He has to wait for the field to go by.
No bueno.
I tell you, with these restrictor plate races, my mentality from the beginning of my sim racing career now is completely like now when I try to do these restrictor plate races, I just try to put my whole focus on getting to the end of the thing rather than worrying about what goes on in between.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
the pit stops are. That was the thing that I started just like, you know what? I'm not going to drive around the track anymore. I could do that. But the pit stops were I was just losing races all the time, you know? I mean, it was, oh, yeah. And, oh, man, what a bummer there for
Well, I think
Ed
he's actually.
Fowler.
Yeah, he still crossed the line first, so I think he's gonna.
Yeah, so
He's gonna get.
he
Yeah,
has
here
to
he
get
comes
back in
now.
line. Yeah, yeah, there we go.
So it all
And
works
there
out.
should be, that's just cosmetic, hopefully. There.
That probably didn't even do any damage to the car. It was so slow. Yeah, I'm looking at him right now on my laptop. He looks okay.
The crazy guys. I mean, this is, you know, that's why we do it, man. It's never know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
This is
Barrett
a good
McKay
time for
asking
me
who's
to
in
get
the
a
booth. We got.
Best day of your world, guys.
Yeah, just for anyone confused, we got Jeff Tower Havoc of the 101 car up here with us, and Jonathan Jones, usual driver of the 77 Armor All machine, but not in the field tonight.
Unfortunately.
We got Leplin definitely knows Jeff, because Jeff knows what's up. So it's got to be one of your buddies there, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this has been a great race so far to watch. I'd like sitting up here in the booth with you guys.
Well, you're welcome. Let's call this thing. Get excited, man. But right now, I'm going to get me a beer sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers.
If only they were actually sponsoring us.
Didn't I hear it was Fireball Friday?
Well, yeah, yeah, that's right. You're not driving now, so you're welcome to drink, you know, with me.
Fireball Friday.
I'll be back.
I'm going to tell you guys, I'm with Jeff on this deal. Being up in the booth is pretty cool because I'm going to tell you, I was watching these guys go around the racetrack, and about every 10 seconds, my right foot came up in the air, and I was looking for that brake pedal.
Yeah, it'll do that.
It's pretty wild. You know, being in the car is pretty wild, but you don't get to see everything that goes on around you. When you actually get to sit back and see what's really going on around you, it really takes it to a whole nother level of intensity.
Yeah, it's like when you're in the passenger seat and you keep trying to hit the imaginary brake pedal.
Yeah.
It doesn't work either.
It doesn't, except in those instructor cars that they taught you in. And back when I was getting my going through my permit and all that stuff, we do that when I was a teenager, you got your permit at 16 and your full license at 17. These days in New Jersey, it's a permit, and then there's a restricted license at 17, and then the full one's at 18. Anyway, I'm still doing the permit, and the dude nailed down the instructor brake in the middle of an intersection that was wide open and green, and says, "No, this is horrible. How you pass written test?" And later apologized for freaking out, but still never told me why he hit the brake.
2 weeks later, he was a sim racer at FSB.
I think he might have been an ARCA driver. No, he couldn't have been an ARCA driver because, he actually hit the brakes.
Well, that's true. Gentlemen, y'all have a wonderful evening. I'm going to step out of here. Y'all have fun calling the race tonight.
Cool,
right.
Jonathan. Thanks for showing up, man.
Yeah, thanks for
Hey
checking
Jeff,
in.
make
See you on the track soon.
sure you ice those wounds, buddy.
Yes, sir, I will. You have a good weekend, Jonathan. We'll see you Monday, buddy.
We will see you Monday at Homestead.
Now, Tower, you mentioned Fireball there. I saw one of my friends is at a concert tonight, and he sent a picture of a sign there from their bar. It was some kind of coconut stuff mixed with Fireball, and they called it a Fireball nut shot. And he's like, he just posted that with no thanks.
Some of these drinks nowadays they come up with, I'll just leave it at Fireball.
Yeah, actually, when I started with this tile company I worked for, Visaya Tile, which is the best tile company in California. We had to do some mail bonding, and the first time I went out of town in the motel room, it was like, we're going to mail bond, and you're going to be drinking some Fireball. So I was like, okay. It's actually very tasty stuff, but it can jump up and bite you.
Something jumped up and bit me. Alright. Pace car is off. Ed Fowler leading him back to green with Will Farmer, Mark DeSenza, Ken Hansen, and Ed Finley. Round out your top 5.
Isaac Johnson just checking in with us a little bit.
Checking in from 6th place, no big deal. Alright, green flag back in the air.
Haven't been on Facebook lately, but I have to see what kind of go-kart stuff he's got going on here as we go green and single file.
Got the 2 teammates up there up front with Mark DeSenza right behind them. Can they keep them back there?
Yeah, they made that move on the first pit stop and got track position staying out, and that was the shizzle move right there.
The shizzle move.
Ding!
There you go.
Yeah, I was gonna
He's
say,
fishing
that's
for
what
him now, man.
I don't know what it is.
Looks like Isaac figured out that the 15 is the only other car who wants to go down on the bottom, so he just goes down there and picks him up.
All they need is numbers, and they'll make, these PR tracks are better on the higher line, but you can still make that bottom work.
Ooh, looks like he got a bit of a rough bump there, but holds on to it.
Well, that's
like
where you
Ed
want to
Finley
bump.
got forced down low.
Great run for the Bandit there, or Ed Finley driving the Bandit car.
Yeah, Francis Dittman is the Bandit. Let's not get everybody confused now.
Whoa, boy. Ed's trying to figure out where he's at and where he wants to be. He doesn't know if he's on the bottom line. He's side drafting with the 23 right there.
Real tight pack through the short chute, heading into turn 1 there. And Isaac's going to make it 3 wide, 4 wide. 4 wide with the 43, 23, 80, and 72. In fact, Isaac gets a little bit of apron to make sure they got room.
Smelling disaster, guys. I'm smelling disaster.
Exactly.
Adam Burton says, I want none of this. I found a hole on the top side. I'm out.
I don't know if Slim Jim hit the wall there, but I don't think so. But it was, you could have put a piece of paper in between that. Great car control. Oh, and contact with the 80. Or close quarters, man. Oh, boy, these guys are... There is no more anxiety as a sim racer than plate racing. You're just on edge from beginning to end. And you know, I've won a few races in this league, and different kind of races, road racing. But when you end a plate race, you're so emotionally drained because of the constant. You're looking everywhere. If you're in the lead, you're looking behind. You're talking to your teammates. There's strategy. It's, you know, every other kind of racing, things get spread out eventually, you know. Maybe racing one car, but you're racing 30 cars here.
Looks like that inside line is starting to run with Adam Burton right there in front of him.
He's been the one that's been showing them early. That's where he wants to go. And now they're starting to see he's done it. Obviously, they have confidence in running with him, and he is dialed in, and they're going to make a show of this. pulling up the P4.
I've tried to tell everybody from the start, Adam Burton is the real deal.
And that 15 car is making some moves. Oh, the 59 car, Ryan Johnson around on the back stretch. That should bring out the caution. In fact, it has.
Mark DeSenza making an inside run to the start finish.
John the Dog Palmer starting to sneak up there. Daytona 500 winner, and he's won several of the big long distance.
He won the
races.
The Black Friday 400 or 300, whatever it was there.
Yeah.
A great run for him. And meanwhile, we'll see what happened with the 59.
This is his arena.
Well, looks like he pushed up to the middle lane. 29 stuck his nose in there, and there was contact, whether the 59 came down or the 29 came up. End result is we got the 59 backwards on the backstretch, and we have ourselves a caution flag.
There is no reason I can't see what happens when I look. Now my big screen's a little bit behind my computer feed. Yeah, you know, the 59 came, but that's so clear and cool. 59 came up higher than he wanted to. 29 was down lower and got a little bit of a run.
Well, if you watch it again from the helicopter view, you see 59 gets just a little piece of apron there while following Dog. Pushes up the middle. Yeah, loses momentum and comes up, and yeah, they just kind of met in the middle. Oh, 124 Rick Castle, I didn't see that at first. He got a piece for the 59.
He got the end of that. Nowhere to go, man. That's plate racing, Jeff.
He looks like he's okay, though. I don't see any gaps between the fender and the hood. And if you look right next to the Goodyears, that's where the body seam is on this model. And usually if there's damage, you see a little bit of track poking through there until the crew gets to work on it. And I'm not seeing it, so he should be okay.
Well,
I think he's going to be fine.
Everybody pitting because you're looking at a fuel window here with one more stop to go if it goes green.
One more to go. Stop.
Well, you have 40, less than 40 laps.
Huh?
If you can do 20.
It's more like 18, 19. 20 is really super fuel saving. So we're probably going to take the green at about lap 30, 39 or 40, 30. Yeah, if it's 36 to go when they take the green, or 37 to go. Yeah, that's doable.
That's doable, yeah.
It's going to be tight, because, again, you're going to have to get more than 18 out of one of those tanks.
Toy like a toyga. I can tell you're toy. By your toy pants.
Oh, jeez.
What do we got? St. Patty's Day this weekend? Or
Yes, sir.
I'm going to help a friend move Sunday, but tomorrow I'm going to be a recycler. Because I got to recycle these Budweiser cans, and I've got a lot of them. I've got way too many. It looks really bad, you know. But they're all bagged up and ready for transport.
Well, excellent. I'm glad you're doing the right thing there and recycling those. Reduce, reuse, recycle, my friend.
Third yellow, and
well, meanwhile, I'm going to go get myself a drink before we go back to green. So I'll hand it back over to you guys.
Yeah, you're
I think I'm going to retire on Friday nights and just come up to the booth.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah, this is fun. I love being able to look at this race and call it at the same time with you guys.
Well, and so how long you been sim racing, Jeff?
I started back when NASCAR 98 come out. It'd be NASCAR 3.
Yep. That's
And then I took about 10 or 12 years off and came back, and I noticed that it was going strong as ever. And I had a whole bunch of time to fill. So what better thing to do?
Absolutely. You see a lot of that with guys that have run the sim back in the day, and then had to do life, and are looking for a place to race, and that's FSB Racing, and they still see 30-car fields. Pretty, it makes you want to be a part of it,
It's also impressive to watch everybody race at this league. We're all friends here. We all just want a good, clean race. Things happen. It happened to me tonight. Do I hold a grudge? No. You just keep on racing. There's a race tomorrow night. Or practice.
Yeah. My saying is always, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, So,
I got nailed.
Yeah, when you get nailed, you can't get mad, because all of a sudden next time you might be the hammer and you're going to be making an apology,
Well, you got Jeff Havoc here, and my bad habits. Well, I got nailed, so I'm going to get hammered.
God bless ya.
I've been involved in racing all my life. I've been to my local short tracks, at the age of 3. Don't let anybody know this, but I used to root for the tow truck. But I grew up watching the sprints.
Yeah.
I grew up watching the sprint cars, Indy cars on TV. I loved racing ever since I can remember. And what a game to be playing. I never thought we'd be playing a game like this.
Yeah, it was made in 2003 too, and still, cutting edge.
16
physics,
years and going strong.
And pit stops. Crazy.
I can't think of a better simulation than this game right here.
Okay, you're the driver now, and it's time to get your sticker to Pecker here, because now it's go time. Especially these guys here, multiple champion there, Isaac Johnson, but he's got Adam Burton scrubbing his tires a little. We realized that in the physics of this game, doing that doesn't mean anything, but I used to always love doing that too, because it was just like a mental thing where you just scrub your tires back and forth, and you're like, okay, I've been talking on the radio, I got my pit stop, now I gotta go through a routine to get focused to do this again and bring it. Every time you got to bring it after a little respite,
exactly.
It's going to be the same,
Psych them guys out. Let them know you're ready to go.
And psych yourself out too. Keep your focus. Oh, contact
yeah,
there.
We got contact there.
Adam Burton, get him a little push there to the 72. Great job. He says, I got to go. No wrecking, just good, clean pushing at the start there.
Well, see, the dog got into the wall.
You push them in the straight line, and you should be fine as long as they're not spinning the tires. Now he's all over Mr. Bojangles.
That
You're
Adam
right.
Burton, like I said, he is the real deal. He will push and push and push.
Ed Fowler got spun around on pit road. No harm, no foul. Should be no damage, except maybe a little sticker damage there. So, and that car is coming.
Well, here we got, looks like, yeah, the 108 had to check up to keep off the 55, and then I collected Slim Jim, got everybody bunched up and bound up, and it's created the two packs here. Ooh, Ken Hansen bounced off the wall.
Ken Hansen hard into the wall. He definitely doesn't want that, Carol. As long as he's in this draft here, we'll have to see if we can take a look at the side of his car here. I'm going to go a couple different views here. And
yeah, I'm trying to look at the right side of his car too, and it looks okay. It probably took a little damage, but should be able to fix that up on a pit stop. We're under caution again.
we got Chad Barkin pulling over.
Oh yeah, if we look at the chase view on the 9 car, you can see the right door is pushed in a little bit, and the fender flared out. So he's going to want the pit crew to work on massaging that. You know, I'm going to have to go back. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and find that.
Ed Finley is out and gone. Might take a look at the 80 there.
That is exactly what Alt 6 found for me. You see a 68, drifts ever so slightly up the track into the 80, hard lick for him, 96 collected, and they spin down the backstretch together. Yeah, hard lick for the 80. Well, Pops Margison collected somehow too.
Ouch. That left a stain right there.
Oh, I see. Pops was ahead of the wreck, and he got turned independently. Looks like the 94 got a bad bump on him. That was a weird situation where you had 2 wrecks happening completely separate from each other at the exact same time.
Sounds like Mark DeSenza is saving some gas. I can hear him clutching.
Oh, 99 got bumper grabbed on the 06 in front of him, and that's what got the 94 into him.
Pump's got a good run there, and then didn't know which way to go. He went right, and then was afraid he was going to hit, and then veered back, and then got tagged from behind. And he almost goes over, too.
Derby Don checking in from YouTube there, our Monday Night Pro Cup admin. Asking what kind of drink I have. Well, I've got whiskey and ginger ale. I could not find the sarsaparilla whiskey, so I went with the apple stuff.
Shawn's with whiskey and Milt's with Budweiser, and I got Fireball. I think we got them all covered.
You know, I saw the Fireball down there. I saw the Fireball down there, and then I picked it up, and there was just like a splash in the bottom. So I think my father-in-law and brother-in-law topped that off a couple weekends ago.
Can't say
Isaac saying it's the weirdest Dega race I've ever been in. I would kind of agree, you know, because usually by this time, you had the crashes and then you get some long runs everybody's just really tight and uh, together and not getting away from each other. And usually the leaders can pull away and stay in front, but just seeing a lot of battling, and like the leaders are just falling on their face, and the cars are coming up behind them really fast.
Also looks like we got a couple different pit strategies here. We got a couple folks not taking any tires or fuel here on this pit stop, on this yellow flag.
Exactly. If you've got tires on those other ones, now you can start to, as you're getting closer, you can start to just go turn the tires off and keep it that way every time, just fuel or no fuel. Question is what, trying to figure out, is there going to be another caution? I would say tendencies say, yeah, for sure. I mean, because you still got a lot of good cars close together getting runs on each other and with nowhere to go, and guys trying to dump them on the inside too. So you're seeing 3 wide coming out of the corners a lot, which is really rare, like Isaac was saying. Isaac doesn't want to be the lead car on the last lap. That's because he's seeing the huge runs these guys are getting with the draft behind, which this is exactly what we want to see. The drivers may be complaining, I shouldn't say that, but, talking about the way it is and wishing, every driver just wishes he could get out front and just, watch everybody else fumble behind them. But as a fan, what we're seeing is we don't know who's going to win this race.
We're seeing them having to work to figure this out and
exactly.
where they want to be at the end, how to make the run.
I think that's that's the setup you want in the car, for the fans.
Jacob McKay rooting for the 43, Milty's pick.
That's my pick, and
we have not been the kiss of death yet tonight. Our picks are still alive and well.
Been solid. And
okay, Milty's got the 43. I got the 15. Who do you got?
72.
Shawn. 72. Okay.
But you know what? I forgot Hale was in this field when we were making our picks too, and he's just hanging out there in 14th place. Never ever count the 29 car out at a super speedway while he's still got a car.
So many championships. Super speedway. Nights back in the day.
Well, he's taken like 3 entire seasons off from super speedway series racing, and he's still got a sizable hold on the all-time super speedway series wins record.
Yeah, so we got the brothers in the house, Barrett and
Jacob, yeah.
Jacob. Talladega is always special to me because my dad actually won here, but he didn't win a NASCAR race. He won a IMSA race here when they used to run the infield, and he drove the. You can Google it. Drove the John Greenwood 505 cubic inch Corvette in 1974, and that thing would go like 215 miles an hour on the bank, really crazy. Wish there was a video or something of it, but it always comes to my mind. So. Derby Don says he's going to make one of these. Former longtime admin and record holder in the many divisions, championships, and Duke and roll.
Looks like we got Brad Otto and Adam Burton teaming up together, going to the front.
59 car Ryan Johnson looks like it's still stout after taking that slide and getting hit in the door. And oh, he's catching the apron again, though. Holds on to it this time.
The 9 all the way back in the weeds with in the rear with the gear trying to come forward. Along with Pops Markson, they've got damage. They're probably going to go backwards. Ken Hill there, having a good race and just getting his feet wet. Definitely good to see Ken with the battlefield. That looks like a Buick there. And he ain't out of this. Him and Francis Dittman battling and drafting.
We're going to go 3 wide into turn 3 here. Ryan Johnson
like it
wisely.
was almost trying to go 3 wide there.
Yeah, Ryan Johnson wisely backs out of that.
Rick Castle still up in that big group there. How much damage did he get in that wreck? It looked bad. That Crown Roll car, that's another booze there. I'd take a couple shots of that for sure. The big cactus, Steve Weber, P17, just trying to figure his way up front there. Oh,
Okay.
they're zigging and zagging. Here comes
Ooh,
Dog
little shot to the wall.
Don the Dog Palmer, monster. He tell me, I'm going to win this race. You watch.
Alright, so to follow up on something we were talking about before about the horsepower in this mod, I finally was able to look up the chart, and I was thinking of the restrictor plate horsepower of the Cup and BGN cars.
Yeah,
those guys are
these don't
371 and
have
341.
Yeah, they don't have restrictor
The
plates in
CTS
these.
physics, according to the telemetry in the game, peaks at 575 horsepower.
Okay, so I was still wrong.
We were both wrong on that one.
I'm always bumping up a couple hundred,
Yeah.
John
the
the
Cup.
Dog Palmer down low again. He's 4 wide down the back straight. They get to 3
What a move by
wide.
Brad Otto there.
Wow.
Evan Castle in the sucker hole in the 55 Red Baron car, and he gets back in line. Is this good stuff or what?
Man, this is great.
Billy Orville gets loose. Somebody blows up. It's
59's blown up.
Johnson.
59 on the apron.
These cars are obviously running. That's the second blow up there. He did have damage though earlier, right? I mean,
Yeah, he was in a wreck earlier.
so that can give you damage, but you also want to know, what kind of water temperature were you running there, Jeff?
I really don't pay attention to water temperature when I'm running. If I overheat, I overheat. It's my time. It's my time.
As a driver, I'm the same way, man. Can't look at that stuff. You got stuff going on here.
I got cars to pass, Milty.
Well, these setups are made to run at 70 clear, and that's what we run. So they shouldn't blow up from heat.
Yeah, all these setups are set up. There's no mistakes there generally. And they are fixed, so it's not like if it was an open setup where guys could put tape on.
Yeah, I mean, Will Farmer hard to the wall. Slim Jim Gately on his roof. 55 up in the air.
Slim Jim in there.
Oh my gosh.
God.
They're wrecking. Here's the big one.
They're still bouncing off each other, hitting the inside wall.
Dog the Palmer gets through that. Or does he? Yes, he does. Bark like a dog for me.
So we'll see here what happened. Will Farmer's down the bottom, looking to move up to the middle, from the middle lane to the top.
Oh my gosh, Mama.
And, oh, wow.
Oh, the 23. Are you okay, Slim?
That looked like it hurt.
Oh, yeah, Slim had nowhere to go, as yeah, neither did
Oh,
Fowler or the
Farmer
55 of
up
Evan
in the
Castle.
air there. Take a picture of this, folks. Oh my gosh.
But you know what I noticed through that? The Super Speedway guru, expert, Mr. Jeff Hale, just stopped and got right through that.
Looks like the 94 came up and into the 2, and the rest was history. Mr. Bojangles, hard back hit there.
Let's take a look at what the
gosh.
29 had in front of him and what he had to react to here.
Oh, Slim Jim Gailey just upside down.
Yeah, I was.
What a ride, Slim.
Oh, fresh
Man.
out of the hospital there.
I had the 23 rolling, dude, man. I hate it.
Yeah, that looked like a rough ride there, bud.
You did a Nadia Comaneci there, you know, a double Salchow with a double twist.
And then
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson up here in the booth too. His motor expired right before that.
That thing blew chunks, man. I mean,
It did.
oh my gosh. Oh,
You know,
Oh,
having a
watch-
good time though. It was a different setup and was enjoying it. But hey, I'm up here with you guys for the rest of it. If you'll have me.
Sure thing.
absolutely.
It's a party up here. We got Tower
Here,
checking
here,
in.
the gang's all here.
Party
Hey,
in the
Kim Wright says loves the guest commentator there, so she must be talking about Slim, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, the 3 goes out there.
Man, I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you what. The
Now
high
I'm getting
groove,
jealous,
jumps
Slim.
them.
the high groove was fun.
It was
can't
flying.
deny it. Dude, I mean, I was making it work. I was getting my way up. I mean, I started at 16th when we took off. I think I was up to 6th when that happened. I was
Well,
going
you-
to the front.
They were talking about the setup being tight, but with the physics and the setup, it was you were seeing great runs from guys behind, and the leaders. It wasn't just follow the leader. We've had action throughout this, and I think you should tag and bag that setup, and because this is a great show right here.
Maybe a
It's,
few more stability tweaks for it.
The biggest problem with it is running the low groove. If you don't swing out in the apex of the turn and then kind of dive back down on your exits, you got to get out of the throttle if you're in the low groove. So that's probably the worst thing about it. But if you're up in the upper groove, dude, you can run anywhere up there, and as long as you don't get your run, knocked off, and you don't have to back out of the throttle, man, you can roll on the top groove.
Yeah, that was the problem we were having on Tuesday night. We literally couldn't run anywhere but the top groove. And even then, sometimes it would just shoot left out of nowhere. So I was trying to find a balance on that, and it's weird that it's being so tricky to find a good, really fast Talladega setup. I had some that in my files from other series we run that are like super stable, but they weren't as excitingly fast as this thing was, or the one Tuesday.
Yeah, well, the BR version is it's very difficult to make a setup that'll work high and low because of
Right.
what Brian Ring did to this track for that high groove. So it's just hard to find one that'll do both and do it well.
Yeah, that's why we actually used to run the TR version back in FBRL instead of the BR, because we found the BR was too strong on the high side.
Well, I think we just need to do a little tweaking with this setup, Shawn. And
Yeah, maybe we can get
we
together.
might have something.
Yeah. It's based off of what, my guys at the old C2C Racing and back in 2003 to 2006 used to actually run. I just changed the caster and the rear camber settings to make it more palatable to everybody else, because the way it's set up, normally you don't actually turn it in the turns. You just stop going straight. You stop winding it over to the right and let the car go through the corner.
Yeah. Hey, one little thing I want to say before I go here. I know Isaac won last week at North Wilkesboro. I told him in the team channel a while ago the only reason he won is because I wasn't there.
I could believe that.
Absolutely.
Slim Jim.
Absolutely.
He didn't see it that way.
You know what? You know what, though?
Doris is definitely, Mama says, so sorry, son.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Sometimes it's like that, Mama.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have you back that up though, and get out there next time we're in Wilkesboro, or any short track for that matter.
As a dad, I will hold off on my comments and share it in team channel next week, Jim.
Okay. Everybody knows you like seeing him knock down a peg or two. Come on.
Yeah, I know.
I got bit by a
I love it too.
ghost there.
Well, I probably had something for him at the friggin' Nazareth last night, but I don't know what happened to my computer. It's the weirdest thing. I've never had the game drop to single frames like that. But...
That was
Dude,
kind of
it's
crazy, Shawn.
milliseconds and a milliminute, and
Here he goes again.
whatever, man. I mean, it's way too complicated, man. When I started messing with computers, they had a little green screen, and because I'm old,
the good old spinach green monochrome monitors.
Absolutely, the Hewlett Packard with like 16. Yeah, I mean, you had little X's,
Yeah, my first computer was a VIC-20, which is kind of a
but-
Commodore 64 knockoff that I plugged into the TV. I had to have it on channel 3.
Did he say milliminute?
Ed, I just roll with it at this point.
Did you get him the ding?
I just roll with it and I hit the button.
Wow.
Hey, guys, I got to go. Thanks for the broadcast, guys. You guys do great.
Hey, get feeling better.
Can't wait
Slim.
to watch it this weekend.
Yeah, thanks for checking in, Slim. We'll catch you next time.
Good night,
All right,
Slim.
Take care, guys.
Bud.
Damn, everyone is up here tonight.
I know,
we
it's
got
getting
Will
crowded.
Farmer in the house too. He took a tumble, didn't you?
Man, I just got out of the in-care field center.
Oh,
over
stop
there.
it.
Yeah,
I'm not giving you a
Hey,
Miltism for that.
Trader,
Those are exclusively for Milt Minter Jr.
No. You got to remind me because I forgot. already.
Oh,
That's crazy.
I just
Yeah.
want to up here and thank you guys for the broadcast tonight. I certainly appreciate it.
Great run, Ed, man. Tough luck.
Yeah, you're
bud.
looking good out there, man. We'll hope to see some more. Get some more nights off, brother.
It's my typical Friday night curse.
Yeah,
It took me,
sometimes you're
3
the
years to
hammer,
shake the Friday night
sometimes you're
curse?
Always the nail,
All right, pace car is
Looks like
off.
they're going to green, 9 in the lead.
Pace
All
car
right,
is
come
off.
on.
Alcohol is flowing, and we're going back to green.
Yes.
Thanks, fellas. Take care.
All right, later.
Did.
Ed.
Good night, fellas.
So, how much damage does the 9 have here? That's my question.
Hey, he pancaked
That
the wall
guy-
pretty hard a little while back.
He did. That was a hard lick. And the 108 back there, this guy loves and lives for plate racing. Better watch. He's going to make a move here. Bill Yarborough, P2, he just do what he do.
Yeah, Bill Yarborough's been
There
quiet
he
all
is.
night, staying out of
He's
trouble as far as we
quiet,
can tell.
No interviews and quiet. He's on the podium. I'm going to drag his ass up here, and he'll be pissed. He might not text me tomorrow during the Sebring 12 hour, but Brad Otto and P3, how about that? 1, 2, 3, 4, United States Marine Corps.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
he is
And
looking
we've
good.
Got Adam Burton, our newest teammate, right on the backside of him.
Oh,
Woo!
car
96
going
was
off into the
fishtailing it.
weeds. That'll make your sticker bigger.
I was wondering when you were going to bring that one out.
Isaac on the bottom.
Yeah, these
They're
guys are
starting
trying
to work this.
These guys are trying to
Wow.
run that low line, and I tried going down there on the first 1 or 2 laps, and I could never make it work. It looked like Mark DeSenza got it on me that one time. Mark, and it might have been Isaac who
Well,
helped
15.
him out there to get by me.
15 was the first one to really start making hay down there.
Well, we talked about making adjustments maybe on pit road, like steering ratio. And if somebody's going to make an adjustment, that 3, That guy's pretty good. You know?
If you can arc that bottom line just right, you can make it work. I was just starting to from Motor Blue, so I wouldn't count the inside row out here.
Here comes Bill Yarbrough from the lead. And he is in the lead. First time we saw the bottom line get strong here. And
Well, look who's in that bottom line.
Oh, they're still having a heck of a time coming out of turn 3 right there.
Yeah, there's a heck of a super speedway.
That was a crash. It just did not happen.
Whoa!
The 31 and the 29 do a little slap and tickle. No harm, no foul.
Yeah, there's a heck of
what's
a
up, man?
super speedway pedigree down there on the bottom with
Whoa!
Isaac Johnson, Jeff Hale, John the Dog Palmer, and Rick Pisconer. You got the 43 and the 3. Some serious super speedway heavyweights working that bottom line, so yeah, I should expect it to see it move.
Okay, on our live chat, under caution, the 72 said, I don't want to be first, I want to be third. Third, that's just not something you say on a super speedway.
Yeah, we're at Talladega. If you ain't first, you're last, man.
Yeah, that's right, Ricky Bobby. Don't you put that voodoo on me.
Yeah, that was my point. Was what he meant was coming to the last couple laps. Generally, you don't see last lap passes in this sim
I think with
unless
this
somebody
setup,
wrecks.
I think with this setup, and if you got a good teammate with you, I think you can make a last lap pass here.
That's what we're loving about it.
And
Drivers are going, oh, it's tight, oh, I don't like it. But
Hell, my own
we're saying
teammate made a
is
last
these
lap
guys-
pass on me at this
these-
place.
That's what drivers do. We all do that. At the same time, we're seeing great thinking racing right here.
I'll
Ooh,
tell you
6 car hard in the wall.
6 car.
it does. It was a bit of a pain to drive in the beginning, especially during practice. And the thing is you're so used to the Talladega feel, if that makes sense. You know, there's kind of a
Makes
feeling that you
perfect sense.
expect at Talladega
Exactly.
when you hopped into that car in practice at like a measly 9 o'clock. Not really expecting too much, just going to practice pitting a couple times, and realizing that you're going to have to drive the car a little differently tonight was definitely a shocker for some of us, at outsiders at least.
Yeah, you really have to wheel this car, especially if you're on that inside line.
Yeah, with that big one, man, we just kind of had nowhere to go there. I was fighting somebody, I believe it might have been Michael Olson.
Yeah,
I'm
it looked
not
like he
sure.
pushed up a little and it was on from there.
Yeah, well, I tried to I wanted to get up onto that high side as soon as I could, and so as soon as I was told I was clear, I went up there, and I don't really remember what happened next, to be honest with you. I got hit a little too hard.
Did you pass your concussion protocol?
Yeah, I should be ready for next week.
All right, meanwhile, 43 almost got himself hung out there, but Mark DeSenza decides to hook up with him again.
Yarbrough doing what I was talking about earlier in the race, defending the bottom.
I'm hearing lots of clutching around this track.
Oh, the 9 into the 31 and
Yeah,
the
a
31.
little touch.
Got together, yeah.
Well, there's a good view of that
They
right
say
side of the 9
down,
car.
guys.
We can see if he's got any damage.
Wow, look at these guys fan out going down the backstretch.
That zigging and zagging a lot of times, right? That's kind of out of your control, huh? Because you're going so fast.
Yeah, little
Arrow
darty
cars.
tonight, little unpredictable, but as Will just mentioned earlier, it kind of made for a hell of a race, actually.
Exactly.
I'm kind of wishing I was out there still, but my motor guy had different thoughts.
You must have bought that one from Pony Express.
That thing was dead as dead can be.
Funny enough, you know, when we started this race, me and Fowler were up in 1 and 2, and I go, yeah, Fowler, we're getting a pretty good amount of camera time here tonight. He's like, yeah, this must be a pretty boring race for those guys up front, but I think...
Oh, big wreck.
Boy, we got the big one.
Sideways.
Adam
9
Burton
saves
going
it,
around.
43 around, 15 around.
No damage on the 15. He did good.
Oh, there's the broadcaster jinx on the 43, though. Is that nose damage? Not going to do him any favors for the rest of the night.
Oh my gosh, he fought it all the way.
We still got guys racing back to the line
Did
here.
the
It looks
caution
like
come out?
a caution should have came out.
Oh,
No
yeah.
caution.
No
No
caution?
caution? No, the lights are still off. These guys
Bob
are still going strong up here up front.
Bob
No
Dixon
yellow. Happened a
holds
couple
it
times
over.
early in the race too.
Yep, I don't know if you guys saw, but
Oh, yeah, we saw a couple of those.
yeah, there definitely was a few of them.
Yeah, I was starting to worry if I had the cautions on or not. But
So was I, to be honest.
I turned them on.
Yeah, I didn't get a caution when I got turned up in there neither. And
Yeah, it's because you never crossed back
that was
onto the
kinda
racing
crazy.
surface.
Bob Dixon's still on the apron as the field goes by, and now he is disconnected. Oh my gosh. Definitely,
Looked like Isaac Johnson was looking to the inside a little bit there on Bill, but he's not going to get him. Not this lap.
definitely he was looking to either win or die, and he died.
The thing is with this track is, man, every position kind of counts. You know what I mean? And I think now that these guys kind of realize how to run the bottom line, I think it's going to make for a interesting dynamic as we come around to these last 10 laps here. No?
Yeah.
We're getting down to it. We're about to come to 11 to go. Remember, you got to count the last lap too.
Right.
Still have these guys in the back here that's been following all night and still right in that pack, trying to stay with it. Don Duchette trying to find somewhere to go with that Stroh light car. He tries outside, he tries inside.
Yeah, I was having luck on the outside, but
Wonder when these guys are going to make their pits. I think everyone's got to pit one more time.
It sounded, I heard some clutching, so
Absolutely.
so they were either trying to make it or they were trying to make it to half can.
And Tim, it goes down low.
I think everyone will have to pit. I don't know. It's hard to say being out of the car.
I remember with 40 laps to go, we were 20 laps to the good on fuel, and 20 laps to go on fuel, and then we
That's
had
what I thought, yeah.
and we had 20 left, and then we'd have to fill up again, and that would just barely fill us. So I think maybe these guys running up front here, they might have to, they might lose a lap of fuel, you know, breaking the wind.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. It's going to be close by. There would definitely, I think, be another pit stop in Shore, and then Store rather.
He said breaking the wind.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna go there. Can smell it from here.
That was a Miltism already before you even said anything, Milt.
Got cars pitting coming in. Watch out.
There we go.
Oh.
We got the scanners. We got dog pit. We got the 3 pit. We got 29. We got everybody pitted.
72, 124,
Yeah, 72
108.
breaking off everybody.
Oh, they're smoking it at the line. Bill Yarbrough
Wow.
with a fantastic stop for the leader. The veteran does what he do.
All right, we're
29
following Mark
has to
DeSenza
go around
on the left, and
29 has to go around the 54. Just fuel, no tires. It's side by side for the 54 and the 29. They go side by side. Keep it down. Keep it down.
Excellent
Don't
stop,
speed.
guys.
Don't speed. Don't speed. Who's going to come out? 72 comes out and blocks.
look at that move by the 29.
Wide. They're 3 wide coming out of the pits. They're still 3 wide down. And Bill Yarbrough loses 2 spots. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Wow.
What a pit stop.
Isaac
Oh
Johnson.
my Lord, what a pit stop.
What
Ryan,
a
if
pit
you're not-
stop.
If you're not doing a net
Are
zero,
you
Dale
kidding
zero
me?
thing here,
Oh my
I'll
gosh.
stay
that was-
biased here.
Unbiased, I mean.
Wow.
Hey, Milt,
No,
that was
you don't
probably
have
the
to be
best
biased here.
commentating of a pit stop I've
Oh
ever
my
heard.
gosh.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard him so worked up for anything before.
Those
I'm
those
just
NASCAR
glad I had
commentators
it
got
clicked
learned.
on the right cars. You know,
No, I thought they were going to wreck there, actually.
they went 3 wide out of the pit stall. Are you kidding me?
Oh, here comes Jeff L. The outside.
Here we come.
54
Now they're going to jump
going
the
by him.
72.
And they're going to
72's
get right by him with
and
that
they're
2
gonna
to 1
get right by
advantage.
him.
Yes, they are.
When this cycles out, these are going to be your leaders. Right now, they're P8, P6, Still people pitting.
Oh,
we're
caution
missing
on the
that.
track. Caution is on the
no,
speedway.
that changes
This
wow.
changes
Holy
everything.
Who's still out? Adam Burton, P4?
Well, the thing is, you don't lose a lap pitting here under green, so nobody's going to lose a lap from it. Cars that stayed out are probably still going to have to pit, so this actually hurt the guys who stayed out.
Adam Burton?
Yeah, but I think that's gonna benefit Adam.
That's
Burton.
going to, yeah, it's going to benefit Adam Burton because he was involved in that incident that did not bring a caution out. Don't forget.
Does
Yes, it
anybody
is.
know what the caution was out for?
That's what I'm about to
We
figure
didn't
out.
see it. I'll
Oh, the
fix that
31 and the
stuff,
6 are
buddy.
still hitting pit road. Was pit road open? Had they taken the pace car yet?
I think they might have.
Adam down
Yes,
pit
they had.
road.
Okay, there's the pace car.
Oh, you got these guys going down pit road. Ken Saska texting me on my phone, going, "Oh my God, he's watching it." Obviously,
I'm going to say that the caution was probably related to the next group of cars. It's another blown motor.
Interesting.
well, I was talking about water temp and how much tape this set has, but you also have random failures. But that's the third blown motor.
Yeah.
It could
Well, they were
also
all
be
cars
damage.
they were all cars that were involved in
Damage.
incidents.
And that increases your chance.
So there it is. It was Ken Hill just blew up in the 96. I think he was about to come into pit anyway. And it
He
just
might
let
have
go.
missed the gear,
You know,
you
yeah,
never know.
that could have been it. He could have missed a shift coming down, and that could have blown it.
Still a great run for Ken Hill, getting back on the horse, and on a broadcast race, he was up to P10 there. That sucks.
Yeah, I've done that before. I've double shifted coming into a pit stop and just had it let go immediately.
Darby Don saying this is going to get exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get this restart with less than 5 to go. Backstretch rule is lifted, so you can
Yep, these
pass
guys
before
are-
the back. It's gonna be wild, and the next flag ends it because after restart with 5 to go,
I'm
even
in the rear with the beer.
even
Hey, you know what? Hey, somebody might have brought up this point. I don't know if it was brought up, but those guys that had to pit, that we said had to pit, they don't have to pit. They're gonna clutch it under this caution, and they're gonna make it. Now,
Exactly.
now I'm not being biased here, but Bill Farmer is in P4. Now, that's something to consider.
That's your papa, man. I mean,
Mhm.
we've heard, Dad's cheering sons on with Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, Ken Hansen down pit road again.
Now we got son cheering Dad on here. So we got a couple family, biased family members here in the booth. Yeah.
I'll keep it as non-biased as possible here.
Well, you want to get excited, though. I mean, this is why we do this.
Looks like they got some confusion as to how they need to be lining up here, but I think they're right now.
Dog Palmer down pit road out of P6. Did he get a penalty, or he's speeding down pit road? Or
Yeah, I'm
he
not quite
is.
sure what's going on here.
What the heck's
Shawn.
going on with the 108 here?
I haven't the slightest clue.
Seems like these guys are speeding up again. I'm not
The
quite
10
sure.
The 108 has a penalty. He was already had a penalty, so he was going. Then he went 78 down pit road. He could get another penalty.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. It's end of
NASCAR.
longest line.
NASCAR, exactly. NASCAR official holding the 108, and now he gets to go, or does he? He
Hey,
was still
guys.
standing there with the red flag.
I just
I
I
don't
just
know.
tapped the Channel 1 lines down there, and there's mass confusion going on with spotters, and so
It
it'll
happens
be interesting to see
every
here.
time there's a caution flag during pit stops. Everyone gets all kinds of screwed up. But I'm looking at it, and I don't think anybody is
Oh, just terrible for
really
a dog
caught out
in
here.
the 108.
Ken Hansen, I think... I don't know what happened with Ken
He could
Hansen.
get another penalty for speeding down pit road.
Ken
Oh,
Hansen's
gosh.
showing a lap down.
Looks like, is the pace car coming in this time?
Negative. Lights are still on.
All right, well, that's good. Hopefully that'll give these guys one more lap to sort everything out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I was tapping into their lines, and it seemed like it was pretty
Yeah,
hectic
now Rick
down there.
Bisconner is shown as the leader. But he's not... Where is he? Is he on pit road? Oh, Rick Bisconner is shown as the leader, and he's stopped in front of the field.
Ryan
waiting
Johnson
for the pace car to
down
catch him.
there, in the other channel also trying to figure out what the heck happened. So we should get more...
Yeah, Ryan's our series admin, so he's got to go put that hat on.
Well, you know,
John
is
Dog
this
Palmer
race,
down pit road
is
again.
this race going to be over here?
Yeah, well, he was speeding, so even if he cleared the first black flag, he's going to get busted again, no?
No, it's the same thing. It's going to be end of longest line. It's the same penalty.
Well,
okay,
looks like
okay, go ahead.
they might have figured it out here, but I'm not sure.
Right, so now Rick Bisconner is shown on the lead lap, but almost a lap ahead of everybody.
I think that's why he was waiting for the pace car.
Jeff Hale. There he is, you know, P4. Will he have enough time to do something? This is going to be hectic.
Yeah, this confusion's burning caution laps here.
Who's the leader? Is it Bill Farmer?
It's Rick Bisconner. Should be. But Bill
Right
Farmer's
now,
being
I see Bill Farmer ahead of Rick Bisconner.
I think it's lining Bill Farmer up his tail end.
Oh no, that's just not good. I'm not even being biased. That's not good.
Yeah, this is...
Yeah, I mean, that's a bad way to...
This is confusing.
All of a sudden, they're trying to figure it out here.
Looks like we're gonna have a 3-lap shootout here.
Looks like, yeah. I don't know what they're gonna do though with Bisconner. I think we're right here. As Bisconner is on the tail end of the lead lap, so.
At the time the 96 blew up, the running
So
order was...
Bill Farmer P2, Bisconner P1.
Yeah, but that's not how the spotters.
But it's behind him.
Right, because that's what the spotter wants.
At the time of caution, the 31 was the leader, and the 109 was second. was on pit road.
Bisconner is now P2, guys.
Okay, so it did fix itself.
Yeah, the Derby thought maybe
we got it now.
Bill was P2, but he is actually P1. He just needed to recycle one more lap, and now the pace car lights are off.
All right, let's go racing, boys.
If this doesn't get your digger to pecker,
oh boy,
you need to be doing something else.
All right, so it looks like now we got Bill Farmer in P1, Bisconner in P2, and Isaac Johnson in P3, and the 29 of Jeff Hale in P4. We got Bill Yarbrough in P5.
What are we looking at? Bill's not affiliated with team. Do we have team guys here trying to help each other? Help me out here a little bit.
Oh, that's a good question. Let me check this out.
Well, yeah, Isaac Johnson's technically free agent, but he's always been part of Highline with Ryan, his dad Ryan Johnson, Slim Jim, and Vicenza, and he's got Hale behind him. Two cars back of Hale is his own teammate, the 3 car of Mark Vicenza.
Looking at the radio channel list here, and Isaac Johnson, Mark Vicenza, and Jeff Hale are all in the same channel there under Checker
So
Flag
they're
Racing.
going to want to.
So they're going to
want to jump these guys. Yeah, absolutely. And that would be the low line. You have to. If I'm the leader here, if if I'm your dad, I'm defending low. And
the question is, can my dad run the low line like those guys can? And Visconer jumps high. And Isaac Johnson dives down low. 3 wide going into turn 1.
Nice move by the 72.
Just didn't get going.
With 3 wide going into turn 1.
That happened. The same thing happened.
The 06 is on the inside of Visconer.
Whoa. Bold move by the 29, slipping up in front of the 54 car. This is the first of 3 laps to finish this thing. Next flag ends it. So don't wreck, boys.
It looks like that inside line is trying to get some steam. Are they going to be able to push past this outside line?
And does the 06 have the fuel to make it?
72 falls on his face, but now he defends low. 29.
Mark DeSenza jumps up high on that high line, giving that high line just another number.
109 swings wide.
3 wide for a second there.
3 cars in the sucker hole going into turn 1.
This is status quo now.
You think this is status quo?
3 wide.
Oh, they're open everywhere. Oh,
the 83's right. Oh, big flip for Webb and
the double zero.
Double zero of Bandit Dittman.
Who's gonna win?
This is for the win.
Visconer with the block.
Visconer down low. Here comes Billy Arbor on the outside.
Visconer's down low. He might be able to get it.
Gonna take it all the way.
Rick Visconer, SDP, the racer's edge through the trail. Well, it's not over. It's not Daytona. Can they make it to the checker? Here comes Isaac.
White flag and yellow.
4 laps to go.
1 more lap under caution.
Caution not come out?
Caution's out.
Oh, caution's out.
That's the race right there. It's the 109 of Rick Visconer. Wins it.
He's got to make it to the checker, though. He's really pushing it. He's in the grass. That's Visconer fashion right there, driving it in the grass.
Man, that guy can drive a line you would not imagine.
Visconer.
And there you have it.
From the couch to the victory circle.
From the couch to the victory. So he's been running the whole season, man. So yeah, Rick Visconer, the 109, he'll be your winner once to come and complete this 1 caution lap to finish it off. Isaac Johnson, 2nd. Jeff Hale, 3rd. And Billy Arbro, Mark DeSenza rounding out your top 5 there.
Yeah, Isaac Johnson gave Visconer a happy boot there.
That was a love tap right there. What a show, man.
Just a tap, as me and Visconer like to say.
Jeff Hale.
Meanwhile, we'll look back on what happened to the Big Cactus to turn him into a tumbleweed. Looks like the double zero just got a little bouncing around on the inside. Man, I should not have chosen that camera angle after that drink. Whew.
Let's give a shout out to Brad Otto and Adam Burton.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. I know Brad
strong
Otto.
run by those guys tonight.
Did Brad Otto get sent to the back early on in this race?
He got turned around at one point and had to go, go back in the field.
So, great one trying to get back up here. It's kind of difficult with that, like I said, to get back up here.
One of the few guys, in fact, the only guy that lives in the same town as I do. And we've hung out and partied and went go-karting. And Brad Otto is just 1, 2, 3, 4 United States Marine Corps. He's also just a great friend. And
by the way, here's
sportsman and great sportsmanship all through the years.
Here's your sportsmanship moment of the night, though. Francis, after being involved with that wreck with Weber, he tried to push the 83 back around. When he realized that Webb's motor had expired, he had to give it up. So Francis didn't want to finish ahead of him after that.
Hey, I'm going to head out of here, guys, while you get these podium folks up in here. I don't want it to get too crowded in the booth. Nice racing, guys, and I'll see you next week.
All right, thanks for checking in, Will.
I'm going to follow you right out of here, Will, and Shawn and Milt, you guys do a great job. Thank you for everything you do.
Yeah,
All right,
thank you
thanks,
guys.
Jeff, and we'll
Hey,
catch you guys
you guys
Tuesday.
did a great job, man. Awesome.
Yep. See you then. Night, guys.
Rick Bisconner is sliding it through the grass. You think he's excited, folks?
I would be. Telling you, like I was saying, that these races like this are they're so stressful that you're like, I won, you know? Unbelievable feeling. What an action-packed go. And what a great
Let's
job.
see if we can show
catching
before
everything.
the server kicks us. Let's see if we can show that pass he made for the lead. You see he's on the high side, outside the 72.
Just a great restart. And the 72 went low, and they jumped the 06, but he just kept his foot in it.
See, as soon as the caution came out, he knew he was clear of the 72. He just brought it right down there. So I'm going to lock this thing down. You had to hang Yarborough out, but that's what you got to do. There are no friends
Okay,
when
I'm watching
the
on
white
the big
flag's in the
screen
air.
now. Wow, what a great job you do, bro.
Why,
With
thank you,
this
sir.
broadcast. It's just the first time I've broadcasted and watched it on my big screen because I had my Wi-Fi all messed up, and oh my gosh.
Well, we are clear there of the server, so Milty, if you can go gather up our
Wow.
our podium finishers there, man.
Got it, bud.
I didn't even have time to pour myself another drink.
Well, you know.
Now you
It's
know. Yeah, we'll get some after we talk to our finishers here. You see up on the screen now we got our points as they stood coming in tonight. Mark DeSenza with that commanding lead over Ken Hansen, which I don't think Ken was able to make too much headway into there with DeSenza locking down a top 5 tonight. So with 2 races left, it's an uphill battle for Ken Hansen. He needs the 3 car to have some serious problems, and wouldn't count on that. Steve Weber may have lost a spot to Rick Castle tonight with that tumble to bring out the final caution. We'll see how that affects him once our series admin Ryan Johnson gets these points uploaded. Let me just disconnect from the server here. Let's see where we are next week, too. Looking in the forum at our Winston Cup Series. So next week will be Darlington, the night version of Darlington we like to run here at FSB. One of my personal favorite tracks. I used to hate it, but you know, winning will change your mind sometimes. And that's a great version we have, a great setup we have for the Winston Cup cars here. And then we'll close it out on the 29th of March. Just getting in under the wire, beating April with race 12 at Homestead, the modern Homestead 2013 repave with the multi-lane banking. Very fast, many grooves that work. That's always a barn burner of a race, so it's a great one to finish it on. That's why NASCAR did what they did. You know, they look at, they've been trying to reproduce that 1992 Atlanta finish to the season for over 20 years now, and so what they do, they turned Homestead into the old Atlanta. And again, Mark DeSenza, commanding point lead, 30 points up. He needs to have a bad night, and pretty much both those nights, and Ken Hansen has to go into both of those races with the mentality of, I have to win.
Wow.
We were already joined in the booth here by our race winner, seemingly a very surprised Rick Bisconner.
Yeah. That was a crazy fun race. Not as easy as it looks.
No, it isn't. This BR track, it's punishing on the low groove. It pushes a lot, and we saw a lot of cars were having trouble with that tonight. Looks like you just kind of went in survival mode for the first part, got yourself into position, and went on the defensive. How'd it look from the seat of the 109 car tonight?
Car was seemed like it really could handle very well, but then at times you get down on the bottom lane and you fall back. Several spots doing that. Thought I'd just better play it safe. And at the end, got a heck of a run. I think Yarborough might have pushed me.
54 Bill Yarborough was pushing you on the high side.
That's what got me.
Yeah, it looked like the second the caution came out, you realized you had to defend low, and you just dropped down. Did what you needed to do, and right place, right time, right move. So, congratulations, Rick. And
thanks a lot. I don't think I ever won one of these.
Have you never won a Friday night race?
No, I don't think so.
Wow. Okay, so we've got ourselves first time winner, first time Friday night winner. We love having that. So, congratulations on that, Rick.
Thanks a lot.
And yeah, that was the right move at the right time. You got it done, and a hell of a celebration there, sliding through the grass, burning it out at the line. You can tell this is what a Friday night win means to these guys. I very well understand it.
Awesome.
Second place, Isaac Johnson. Man, you had the car in position all night long. Think you could have got him with one more lap there if we didn't go back to yellow?
I know for sure if we had one more lap, I would have got him.
Think you could have popped up on the high side?
Yeah, well, it looked like he got out and then he went low. And I think he would have been smart enough to go low once he popped out to cover both lines. But I had two of my teammates behind me, so I think it would have been a little bit different if we had that extra lap. But who knows? We could have watered it up and wrecked. But we'll never know what happens with that extra lap.
Well, yeah, you guys basically split Bill there. That's he was right there at Daytona, and his restart it was the same thing. He just didn't get going. You guys really were on it, and you split him on the outside there, or on the inside, actually.
Yeah, Bill Farmer ended up taking that restart from the lead. A lot of confusion, too, under that caution.
Yeah, I wish, I think that stopped us from getting going as quick as we should have, and I would have liked more laps.
Yeah, but we got it sorted out, and everybody was in the right spot. Nobody was trapped a lap down that shouldn't have been, so that worked out for the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect finish too. A lot of times these things end where you don't get that finish like that.
Absolutely.
That was badass, man.
And Jeff Hale, man, it was quiet all night. Didn't get his nose in anything. In fact, I almost forgot you were in this race at the start. Otherwise, I might have picked you instead of trying to put the jinx on Isaac. I came up one spot short. Yeah, so Jeff, the quiet run, moving up from the back to the front, and he almost got there. How'd it look from you tonight? And how you feeling about this? Using this setup again, maybe make some tweaks on it.
Wasn't a big fan of the setup, but it did make for it to be fun. Yeah, I just kind of was going to be patient. Still got that black cloud hanging over me, so just wanted to get the car to the end of the race, and was happy with that. Yeah, just took my time, stay out of trouble. I got in Ryan there one time. I think he slid up and just didn't anticipate it quick enough and got into him. So,
yeah, it looked like he got a piece of the apron, and it kind of slowed him up.
Yep, but other than that, I had a decent night. Let's say just stay out of trouble best I could. And just gonna race hard there at the end. And like Isaac said, if we just had that one more lap, just no telling what would have happened. But yeah, high side was definitely the way to go with the setup we had.
Yeah, well, that's how you do it. You keep the car under you, and you're there at the end. So, solid run tonight. Good job out there with what seemed to be a challenge for everybody. So that was a much more eventful Talladega race than we expected. Lots of.
That was a show, man.
It was a show. You guys go back and watch
that
last green flag stop you guys did, and listen to Milty lose his mind.
I was out of my head.
Milty was screaming as you guys made the pit stop, and Isaac came out in the lead. So it was a good show from up here. Glad you guys.
That was the best.
Yeah, had some fun with it.
Pit stop drama I've seen in 16 years or 15 years of FSB. I think that was the best.
We got Cody checking in from there. So yeah, a top 10 burnout there. That was definitely qualifies there. Brad Otto, that was a blast. Josh Elliker sends his congratulations as well. So thanks for checking in, guys. Thanks everybody for checking in YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch land and watching what we do here. Thanks to our finishers here, Isaac Johnson, Jeff Hale, and Rick Wisconner for joining us for the post-race show. Thanks as always to my partner, Milt Minter Jr., always keeping it interesting. Milty Counter. What did Milty Counter come in at tonight?
Where were we come at?
Came in at 19. I think I probably missed a few. But, we'll call it a nice even 20. How about that?
He thinks a lot. Isaac is an honor to be up there with
I'll increment it 1.
FL.
Yeah, it was fun, Rick.
Something else.
Yep. Nice job, Rick. Good win tonight.
That'll be the biggest win
racing,
there.
guys.
Yeah, for sure.
There we go. I incremented the Milty Counter 1 just to pad it to 20. So thanks as always to our series admin, Ryan Johnson, for taking care of everything and keeping us all in line. Thanks to our sponsors, Farmer Brothers Contracting, Bill Farmer and the Farmer Family, Sam Young, series, the league admin and promoter, and thanks again to everybody out there watching. I'm Shawn Reap for FSB Racing Live. Catch you guys next week.